Hi guys, want to talk today about the very basic question, what should I expect from a reading? It's a very long, convoluted answer, but we'll start at the very beginning. Why are you going to get a reading or a healing? What are the reasons behind you seeking out this service? Typically for mediums and psychics, card readings, what I do, I normally find there are three very specific reasons. The first one is for fun. Woohoo! Yay! Girls' nights. They're so much fun to do cards at a girls' night. And nobody takes it too seriously. Everyone's just there to have a nice time and a few drinks and hang out and socialize, and that's awesome. If you haven't done that, you should do that. Call me, okay? Number two, people want to talk to a specific dead person. And that's cool. I like those too. I have only had one reading where someone did not show up. I usually give specific instructions before the reading so that they could ask for the person to show up, and it works out pretty well. Number three, and this is normally the card readings, someone is usually asking about love or money. Those are the top three. So if you fall into those categories, you're doing great. Next step, money. This is a tough one because there aren't any standard rates. There just aren't. You really get a feel for what a standard rate is if you go to a psychic fair, although they're normally lower there. If you mention that you saw them at the fair, I'm sure they'd cut you a deal or whatever. My teacher charges, I think it's $350 an hour. That's right, 350.00, and she's worth every penny, absolutely every penny. Do most people charge that much? No, but she has a ridiculous amount of experience and training, and she deserves every penny. Would I charge $350 an hour? Maybe in 10 years, yeah. Now, no. Does that make me any less talented? No. What it makes me is less experienced, which is honest and true, absolutely. She has a ton more experience than I do. I don't really have an hourly rate, in case you're wondering. Okay. To that point, if you go to a psychic fair, prices normally level out. For instance, if someone next to me is charging $45 for 30 minutes, and I am charging, well, I had stated that I was charging $25 for 30 minutes. Well, we have a choice. And I've actually seen people do this, which is terrible. I have seen people ask the person next to them to raise their rates. Makes it a little bit of an even playing field, right? I don't know that I would do that. I haven't done that specifically. I charge probably ridiculously low rates at psychic fairs, and it's not for the money. I go to, oh, it got bright. Very bright. I don't charge much because I want to talk to people. I want to talk to as many people as I can, and it's not really to build a client base. I really love doing psychic fairs. I have so much fun. I really enjoy doing them. I do. For other people, prices are about covering booth fees. If you go into Karma Fest, booth fee could be $250. So the psychic that you're looking at is paying $250 to sit there and wait to do readings. So if they're charging $50 for half an hour, that means in order to make booth fees, they have to talk to 5 people. Okay? It doesn't seem like that much, but they still haven't made any money. Okay? So if you're the 6th person, awesome. If not, So that's kind of why people charge that much at fairs, because you got to pay for, whatever it costs them to get there. Negotiate, especially at fairs. I mean, gosh, I hate to ruin the expectations of people. I really don't charge that much at fairs. And a lot of times if it's young kids, I'll totally give the money back. So negotiate. Say, hey, I only brought $40 with me. and I really want this t-shirt that I saw over there that's 20, but I'd really like to have a reading. Will you do a quickie reading for me for 20 bucks? I would say, oh yeah, cool, totally, rock on, you know, whatever. Don't mock me. No, so negotiate. But whatever you pay should be stated clearly ahead of time. No questions asked, all right? We're not going gypsy here where we say, yeah, I'll do 20 bucks, and then we're like, oh, you owe me 40. You know, not cool. When you go to a reading, each person has their own style. Absolutely across the board. No reading will ever be the same between two people. Everyone has their little spiel. I don't like to have questions asked. When I do tarot readings, I will specifically tell you not to tell me. Unless it's like a 15-minute reading at a psychic fair, then yes, I want to get the answer as quickly as humanly possible without guessing. With regular reading, where I can take my time, I really like to figure out your question. It's part of the fun, part of the mystery for me. So I don't like to know the questions. I don't want to know people's names if you're asking about dead people. I only ask that you're allowed to respond with 3 different things. Yes, no, I don't understand, can I have more information? Okay? Anything else to me is cheating. But I was specifically trained that way, and I really like that way. It totally clears up the thing about fishing for information in cold reading, all right? If someone is doing a cold reading on you, they're constantly asking questions and looking for feedback. Oh, I see there's a woman in your life. Uh-huh. Okay, is it it's an older woman? Yeah, uh-huh. Okay, is it your grandmother? No, aunt. It's your aunt, right? So, yeah. So, each person has their spiel. Listen to the spiel. This is a very well-practiced spiel for those of us that have been doing it for a while. Follow the directions that we give. So if I'm like, I'm speaking to an older woman, she passed from a heart attack, she says that you'll remember her by a specific point of proof, whatever. And you're like, oh my God, that's my Aunt Mary. I'm going to get mad. Like, not mad. I'm going to get frustrated because you violated my terms and my directions that I had specifically given to you before I started the reading. Be respectful. You might get excited, that's cool, but it's even worse if it's not Aunt Mary, right? Because then you're like, oh, wait, no, that's not her. And you get mad at me because it's not Aunt Mary when I told you not to tell me, because then I'm skewed and I'm assuming things, okay? Follow the directions that the reader has given to you. I hate that, I do. It frustrates me so much. You should expect a timed reading. If we're doing a 30-minute reading, I will have my phone and a timer on it because I talk. As you can tell, a lot, and I lose track of stuff pretty often, especially if I'm talking to dead people. Time's completely skewed. There should be a timer somewhere. If you feel like you didn't get the time that you asked for, say something. I always do my reading, and then if things are I try to taper off 5 minutes for questions, okay? So I'm like, all right, is there anyone else that you were looking to talk to that you didn't get to reach, all right? At that point, yeah, if you want to give me a name, it's cool. It's at the end of the reading, you know? And I'll try and see if I can reach them. Other than that, I will ask you, do you have any questions regarding whatever? You know, you're the one that came here, love, money, whatever. And usually people do, you know. Ask if you can take notes. I take some notes for my records. Occasionally I'll give the person my note page, especially if it's someone I know. But you should be taking notes. Why is this important? This is extremely important. And let me tell you why this is important. Take notes. Because you are so excited in being in the environment and the energy of a reading that if you do not take notes, you will absolutely forget everything 15 minutes later. Cross my heart, you're done. And you will always assume the best, which is hysterical, right? Because I like to know that I'm right. So I have people email me, text me, call me, whatever, message me. You know, if we talked about a future event, so what happened, you know? Follow up with me. If you don't take notes, You're not going to remember, all right? And it's also important if you're testing someone out to be someone that you're depending on in the future. So like if you come to see me for a card reading and you really got a great card reading, you took your notes and you're really looking forward to everything and the stuff that we had talked about came to fruition, all right? And you're like, you know what, I'd really like to go talk to my dead Aunt Mary. We're just going with Mary here, all right? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to have you again. And let's say things go terribly wrong, all right? I don't reach Mary. I don't reach Bill. I don't reach anybody, in fact, okay? And you're like, all right. Refunds. Refunds are really tough because I believe that most readers charge for their time. Like a doctor, if you go to a consultation, you go see him for an hour, whether you hear whatever it is you want to hear or not, you're still paying for their time. Most people only issue refunds if things go terribly wrong. You know, sorry, it's true. You can't ask for a refund if you disagree with something they said, if you got bad news instead of good news, or if you didn't reach a specific person. Most people would be out of business. You know, it's really tough. I want to give the best reading I can, period, end of conversation. But as someone that is coming to me, if you have specific expectations of the reading, you need to say something up front. I can't do full names sometimes, occasionally. You know, I usually get a letter and a sound. So, maybe Jason, Jack, Jane. You know, we figure it out, okay? But I'm not going to say, okay, Uncle Jim, who died on August 4th, 2011 from a heart attack, is henceforth buried in the Catholic graveyard of blah, 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 blah. No. If somebody does that, they are faking, okay? If they don't have 30 years of experience, faking, all right? It drives me crazy. No, I'm not a running tally of information. That's not how that works. If you have that expectation, stop. Sorry, sucks to be you. That's just not how things work. I don't even know if I want that. It takes the mystery out of everything, you know? It's all about the level of communication that we have with you, you have with us, and we have with everybody else, all right? Refunds are really a last resort. I don't really charge that much anyway, so not a big deal for me. But yeah, now, if someone was unprofessional, and I guess I look at unprofessional differently, okay? Some people use harsh language. Some people curse. Some people are more open to discussing certain things than others. Going back to the too much information thing, okay? It's all in the person's style. I mean, you should pretty much know a little bit about the person's style if you've talked with them for 5 to 10 minutes, okay? If you've asked them questions about their training, what they like to do, what you experienced in, talk to people. Talk. They like to talk. Yeah, overview. Okay, back to the overview. What to expect from a reading. You will pay for it. Yay! The price should be clearly stated ahead of time, agreed upon, and then paid, okay? Refunds are rare issues. Very rare, okay? Don't expect a refund. If the reading sucks, don't go back to that reader, okay? I wish there was a place we could leave reviews because bad readers kind of screw it for everybody. If you have a bad reading, don't go back to that reader, okay? It's simple. Varying prices. Prices will vary. They will be cheaper at psychic fairs. Go to psychic fairs. They're awesome. You should expect a timed reading. If you're going for 30 minutes to an hour, expect the person to have a watch or a phone with a stopwatch out. Don't be offended by that. We talk. You should expect that you should reach, hopefully, the person that you want, but somebody that has a very specific message, proof that that person is that person. If you're going for a card reading, You should expect things to be explained to you in a slow and consistent manner. You should be respectful of the person's guidelines that they set out ahead of time as a reader / psychic / healer. You should ask if you could take notes. I don't know why someone wouldn't want you to take notes. Some people actually let other people record. You can record me. I don't really care. I don't offer recordings just because I don't really have that level of technology. But yeah, ask if you can take notes. Ask if you can record. Most people absolutely agree. You should expect to have fun. I mean, there are times where it is sad, especially if it's someone that you've lost recently. That sucks, dude. I get it. All right. But the whole point of coming to see someone is for us to be able to tell you that they're okay, they're safe, and they love you. Okay? So come with an expectation to have a nice time, to learn something new, to have a really cool experience. Okay? This isn't about me. This is about you and your experience. All right? If you have any questions, you should have time to ask them at the end. Okay? Don't ask like a million bajillion questions. Ask follow-up questions. If you'd like to come back for another reading, tell the person, say, I really had a wonderful time. I'd like to follow up with you regarding the notes that I've taken. And, say thank you for a good time. That's, leave the money on the bedstand. No. That's terrible. Oh, God. So yeah, expect to have fun. That's really the big thing. Expect to have fun. Expect to have a nice time. Expect to be respected and be respectful to hopefully get the answers that you want and you need, because you don't always hear what you want, especially with tarot cards. You'll usually hear what you need versus what you want, which I don't always want to hear either, so yeah, I get it. But yeah, dude, readings are awesome. I don't know, maybe I'll do another one about healings. But as far as reading, psychic, tarot, mediumship stuff, that about covers the basics. So let me know what you think if you have any other follow-up questions. Thanks.